Hey guys, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be updated every time I make a new video. Thanks, let's begin. Oh yes, it cuts deeper.
I want to play a game.
Saw 3. This is the 2006 sequel to the 2005 sequel of the 2004 horror classic. And they just keep going, these movies, man. The plot. A man is brought into the game and is basically walking around trying to save people who were responsible for his son's death and the killer's reason to walk. But there are other scenarios that play into it. Meanwhile, Jigsaw is on a bed and suffering from his cancer, and a nurse is brought in to treat his cancer with a cranium brain operation, which is ugh. No, thank you. It'll all combine in the end in this near 2-hour movie. This is a phenomenal sequel to the second film, and first one actually. If they wanted to end it here, then I could have believed it. It's got the strongest characters, most brutal deaths in the franchise up to this point, and some dang good music. Lynn Denlon, played by Bahar Someke, is the doctor in the trap. She is constantly trying to survive while performing a very risky surgery on Jigsaw, John Kramer, played yet again by Tobin Bell. She has a rocky relationship with her husband, which leads into a great twist, one that I forgot about and loved being reminded of while watching this movie. Bahar's performance is quite good. She tells a lot with her big brown eyes, and she conveys her terrified nature quite well. Backing up a bit, Jigsaw is given more screen time than ever before in this franchise, in this installment. He gives the performance of a lifetime while being confined to a bed throughout the main story.
Look at me! How you look at, based on your experience. How long you think I have left?
Amanda, played by Shawnee Smith from The Blob 1988, does really well here too. She becomes hostile over John and Bahar apparently having a thing, but they really don't, and will do anything to protect him, even if that means destroying any chance he has at recovery. What I mean by all this is that she is undeniably jealous. That jealousy is directed towards Lynn and John. Lynn is Bahar, I mixed it up earlier. They don't actually have anything going on, but that doesn't stop Amanda Young's mind from swirling. The main plot line of the story revolves around Jeff, played by Angus McFadden, who is running around the structure trying to forgive those who were involved in his son's murder and his son's murder's case. It's actually quite heartbreaking because each victim doesn't mean any harm. It's actually really well played. The neglectful bystander, the judge, and person involved in his son's hit all ask for forgiveness and give pretty good reasons. Surprisingly, the guy who hit his son with his car is the one I felt the most sorry for. There were flashbacks of him crying on the road and such, and you can tell it shattered his world. The Saw movies, at least just the third one, really make you feel bad for some of the victims. That's not to say there aren't any problems with this installment. There are some pacing issues, and that is due to the film being nearly 2 hours long and a story that begs for an hour-and-a-half movie. Also, while the obnoxious editing style is here, it's scattered about inappropriate scenes. Darren Lynn Bousman, who returned to direct, does show growth with each movie he does. I guess that's why the reason they chose for him to come back and direct the next installment in Saw, Spiral from the Book of Saw. He also directed Saw 4. I think the cast of characters does a really terrific job, and I like the sets they're using during this movie, especially the crude setup for Jigsaw's surgery.
Alright, you're gonna hear a lot of ringing.
There are rusty tools, mildly sterile working conditions. It all looks grimy and like a half-hearted attempt at making it worthy for a near-death cancer patient. The gore, the effects, It's a disgusting movie for sure. We get a gnarly hook seeing a rib cage just torn apart, a body frozen in ice, pigs cut up in a saw-infused machine, and innards spill all over a guy. A shocking, bloody shotgun spray hit, bones broken in several different directions, a bullet to the neck, a slashed throat with a buzzsaw, and a mangled face. All the effects are painfully practical, and boy do they make you feel it. This is definitely the nastiest of this original Saw trilogy. I can see they wanted to go out with a bloody bang. The motion picture soundtrack, Charlie Clouser, turns in yet another stellar score. Tracks like the opener, all the way to the surgery, then to the baptism, really amplify this feeling of impatience. It really makes you want to rush in order to survive. While I like this movie more than Part 2, I still don't think it beats the original. This is probably the best sequel from what I can remember. It's got a strong enough story that is at least interesting. Characters you truly care about, insane gore, great music, which is par for the core in this franchise, and is overall a solid watch. While I do find the pacing is a bit off, and the twist is a bit of an overdone recap, I still highly recommend this installment. If you like Saw, you will not be disappointed with this one. Overall, I give Saw 3 a 4 out of 5. Thank you all for watching, and Lion Brian Gatto, the horror show host. Make sure to like, comment on, as well as share this video. Like my Facebook fan page and support me on Patreon, where even $1 a month will help keep this channel going on strong, and I'd greatly appreciate it. Plus, you get access to body counts and other music videos that you can't get on YouTube because of copyright and age restriction. Monetary support: if you want to support the channel through PayPal and not have to pay a monthly subscription fee to Patreon, you can always send me money through PayPal at horrorshow37@gmail.com. If you do not want to support me with money, just hit that notification bell to be notified every time I make a new video, and as always, subscribe.